If you have ever wondered why you're training consistently, but your body isn't improving and it actually just feels worse instead of looking better, there's a good chance you're following bad cues and you're simply just not doing the exercises correctly. And in today's video, I'm gonna go over the most commonly overused cues and I'll tell you to fix them. That way you can maintain your gains and stay injury-free in the process. Let's jump right into it. Overly used cue number one, squeeze your glutes. Now, especially coming out of a squat and deadlift, I actually can't stand this cue, and I'm gonna tell you why it actually be more dangerous than helpful. So when we say squeeze the glutes coming out of a deadlift or a squat, we're basically talking that we're coming up here and we're kind of shooting our hips forward just like that. I'm gonna tell you two reasons why that can be the worst thing for you. Now, number one, like when I'm coming out of, let's say it's a deadlift here, an RDL. So that's when I'm coming out of my RDL. If I'm just squeezing my glutes here, look what's happening to my lower back at the end. You kind of see it kind of pushes through almost like hyper extension like that. So if I'm someone who gets like lower back pain from an arching position and someone's telling me, squeeze your glutes, and you're just jamming up here, you're putting so much pressure on the lower back. Now, the second thing, the second reason why this cue really doesn't make much sense, all the tension, guys, in a squat and a deadlift is at the bottom and mid-range. So if you're doing like a deadlift, you can hold this position all day, right? At least for your legs, your grip will give out. There's really no tension there. Same as a squat, right? You can hold this all day. The bottom is hard though. So if I'm just trying to squeeze my glute at the end here, like I'm really pushing on essentially no tension at all, because like I said, all the tension is at the bottom to mid position. So the fix for you that you're gonna do for the squat and deadlift is you wanna, yes, extend your hips, but you wanna come up to your own end range. So for me, look at my lower back, I have a bit of more of a curve than natural. So for me, my end range is right about here. And if I'm just squeezing my glutes, look what happens. I'm gonna way into hyperextension. So for you, you wanna go to your neutral standing position when you're coming out of that movement. That way you're not hyperextending, and that way you're essentially not squeezing your glutes with no tension to kind of push it on. So that's cue number one. Cue number two, engage your core. Now this is actually a well-intentioned cue, and it's not a bad cue altogether, but here's the problem with it. What the hell does engage your core even mean, right? If someone tells you engage your core, like what are you doing? Are you like sucking in? Are you pushing out? Are you just squeezing as hard as you can? So we gotta be a little more specific in terms when we say engage your core. And I'll tell you the best way and the fix to fix this when you're doing your heavy lifting. That way your spine stays nice and stable. So again, engage your core, not a bad cue, right? Like we wanna keep our core tight. But let's say you're going through like a movement. Let's say again, it's like a squat, we got some weight on there. The cue I love to give in terms of bracing your core is pretend I'm about to give you a bit of a punch in the stomach. So you're bracing, right? So I'm right here, I'm about to punch you. Let's say I'm coming from your side, you see me coming, and you're gonna get hit, you know it, and you're bracing because you know I'm gonna punch you in the stomach. You're not like sucking in, right? If anything, you're probably pushing out a little bit to keep that nice tight tension. So that's the brace you wanna do. Pretend someone's about to punch you in the stomach. You hold that position basically in that squat and that deadlift. And then when you come back up, of course, you can kind of relax it a little bit because again, there's no tension. We went over that. And then you repeat that same motion over and over again. Now, if you want a little more specific in like anatomical terms, you almost want to push out a little bit all around your core. So if my fingers are here, and even a little more to the side and back, you want to expand your stomach like that and keep a brace. And the key for here, guys, you want to make sure you're able to breathe within that brace. Because like if you're holding your breath like you're taking the biggest crap in the world and you can't breathe, that's not good. You want to make sure you're tight here, but you can breathe within that brace. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions at all on that one, because it is a little more complex and I could spend an hour talking about it. Cue number three, that's way overdone, is keep your shoulder blades down and back. Now, how many of you guys have heard that before, right? Like down and back, squeeze, pinch the shoulder blades towards the spine when you're doing your motions. Probably a lot, right? But I'm gonna tell you why it can be one of the worst cues that you can do, especially when it comes to any overhead pressing. So when we're saying down and back, essentially, we basically mean we want the shoulder blades to come inwards toward the spine, of course, and we want to obviously drop them a little bit, obviously the down parts. But here's the problem with that. In an over press, we need the opposite motion of the shoulder blade. So if someone's telling me down and back, and I'm just kind of tugging down and I'm just kind of pressing from the shoulder like that, you're going to grind so hard on some of those structures, like let's say it's your rotator cuff tendon, your biceps cuff tendon, and you're going to develop an impingement over the course of time. Because what needs to happen with your shoulder blade movement, you actually have to, it's called upward rotation. So we have to rotate our shoulder blades upwards, and we actually have to elevate it, which again, guys, is the exact opposite of squeezing down, or I should say squeezing together and back. Right? So if someone tells you down and back, it can be appropriate maybe for like a bench press, like not the end of the world because you're not getting a ton of range of motion. But when it comes to like incline pressing, vertical pressing, it's one of the worst cues you can give because you're basically jamming the shoulder blade in while the shoulder goes the opposite way. And we need that good ball and socket congruency when the ball comes over, excuse me, when the arm comes overhead. That way we keep your shoulders nice and safe. And by the way, guys, if you want a free weeks of workouts that actually has a bunch of exercise hyperlength, so you know exactly what to do without making mistakes, just grab it free in the comments below. I'll leave it there for you in that pinned comments. But cue number 4 that I really don't like and that's overused is chest tall, especially in like a squat, for example. And don't get me wrong, there is a time and place where chest tall might be appropriate. Like let's say if someone's squatting like that, they're almost doing like a good morning, you know, that exercise, good morning kind of squat where it's kind of sinking forward. Then yeah, I'd probably say let's keep the chest a bit more and let's bend the knees a bit more, obviously to go along with it. But what I particularly hate is like, when we do say chest tall, it can be dangerous and it's going to limit your range of motion. Because when I'm saying chest tall, right here, right? And I'm saying that kind of chin up, chest tall. In this position here, look what's happened to my neck. Do you guys see how much like hyperextension is going on there? Like, hopefully you guys can see okay the video. I'm basically putting so much pressure back here by keeping my chest tall and chin up. When in reality in a squat, and my lower back actually extends with it, because just even if you go like that a bit, your lower back's gonna naturally arch. So the cue that you wanna do for that, and I'll kind of explain the chest tall and thing in just 1 second, but to kind of prevent this neck from hyperextending, you want your basically your head to go along with the body. Because if my body's coming down straight and I'm trying to get my head straight, there's gonna be so much pressure. You wanna make sure the head is in line with your back. That way it takes so much pressure off your neck essentially. And the way to do that basically is you got to use your hips a bit more in that position. Because if I'm using my hips a bit more, my neck's coming along with it. Now look at that good position between neck to back essentially. But if I'm here, it's so much strain. My lower back feels uncomfortable. My depth can't get down because I'm putting so much pressure on my ankles to get in a low position with that chest tall posture. So when someone says chest tall, you know, chin up in a squat, I really don't like it for those so many reasons. So the cue and the fix, like I said, guys, is you want to use your hips a bit more. As long as your hips and chest move at the same time coming down and the same time coming up, that's all that matters. Because not to get down too big of a rabbit hole here, but every single one of us squat differently. If you do like a back squat, like a glute squat, and we load it super low here, it's literally impossible to go chest tall. Like you have to go down a bit as long as the back is not flexing under load. Now, hope this helped, guys. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. Like I do know a lot about biomechanics and I can talk about this for hours and I really enjoy it. So if you guys want more of these videos, just let me know, leave a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments below and I can definitely explain any more sizes that you guys want me to go in depth with. Thanks for watching to the end. I really appreciate it. And we'll talk soon, guys.